Hello, guys. How are you doing? This is my book release, and I'm gonna put up a video today. So you're gonna bear with me. Again, let me introduce myself. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is LaQueen Battle. I do CPR first aid. My nonprofit is called Battle First Aid Responder Services. I'm an author, as well as community activist, as well as a medical assistant and an educator right now. So my latest release is called The Letter to Professor Dean of the Harvard Law School, John F. Manning, regarding the Harvard University's 2022 case on race and affirmative action against the United States Supreme Court. I wanted to talk to Professor Manning and his office, just detailing them, giving them the brief description of how very important this case is right now with affirmative action. In fact, for me myself, being a medical assistant, dealing with the pandemic, dealing how far up how much of a precedence, okay, dealing with the impact of a precedence that Harvard makes. Anytime Harvard University makes or is involved in a decision, it usually has an impact either here in the United States or all around the world. So whenever Harvard University is involved in the case, that case or usually makes an impact on education, as well as education here in the States and education all around the world. So this is a very an impact. This is actually a continuance of cases. This is a continuance of petitions that have been involved many years and years and years and years. I have spoken to people here over the past week, the weekend, saying, oh my God, I can't believe this case is still going on. Why are we still talking about it? Well, yes, the case is still going on, and we are actually still talking about this argument of really having race in the college admissions process. And right now, it is extreme. The fact that people do not are dealing with racism and prejudice and against Asian Americans, racism against Asian Americans, racism against black boys and black youth. Black Lives Matter and crime on gun violence against black youth, violence against black women, and domestic violence is on the rise. And so, Harvard University has always been the leader in civil rights initiatives and the leader in movements all around the world, movements in Asia and against the Myanmar movements against in South Africa when the apartheid was challenged in South Africa. We're dealing with President Nelson Mandela in the 1980s and 1990s. Harvard was involved with that, as was Harvard was involved with John F. Kennedy during the 1950s and 1960s. Dealing with the hippie movement in Vietnam, Harvard was involved with Vietnam. And so Harvard has always been on the precipice of civil rights movement and civil rights initiatives. And so when I'm saying this, when I'm talking to you guys right now here on YouTube, and I'm hoping you guys, my viewership, and all my subscribers will listen to me right now, they will hopefully say, "Oh, I'm not bored." And when I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm not bored. I'm actually expressing myself and letting you guys know about my opinions about what is really going on about these issues and how can we best deal with and face issues on this own, and how can we best support arguments about relating to describing issues like these. And so, like I said before, Harvard has always set the precedents regarding cases and issues in society, issues in Asia, issue with black issues, issues with war, challenging what is war? Why do we have war? Why do we go to war? Harvard has even been on the precipice of that. Why do we have war? Why are we going to war? Why should I fight? Why should I join the military? Harvard has actually even challenged that precipice. And so right now, dealing with civil rights initiatives, right now is going to challenge affirmative action. And like I was telling you guys before, I wrote this letter to Professor John F. Manning saying that Harvard, like I said before, and diversity, it has always set the foundation principles about what life has taught us since the founding of the American Revolution in 1776 with General George Washington up until now. In the new millennial, Harvard has always set those principles and always challenged that foundation predicate. So I'm glad I was actually able to I sent the email out to his office, to the law school, and I'm actually going to follow up with the Office of Admissions here. Um, Office of Admissions here and in Boston and Cambridge. I'm going to follow up with them too, as well as follow up with the Office of Admissions at the University of North Carolina system, which is composed of over 15 different colleges and universities all across the state of North Carolina, which is crazy that the Supreme Court has not actually made it more aware of this issue. Um, that is challenging the Harvard college system as well as it's a nationwide issue, but it's a continuance of the same case that people do not like um, diversity in schools. They do not want to still accept minorities and still accept people, still accept immigrants, still accept progress. People refuse to accept progress as a way of life, as to challenge that change has come and change is about to come. And so right now we have to agree upon that. Sometimes um, that even though you refuse to accept me, even though you refuse to accept my change and what I believe in, I still somehow have to agree to continue to follow through with my life, even though you may come in and to challenge my existence, to challenge my reality, to challenge my acceptance into your program, or to challenge my individuality, okay, to challenge who I am, or to challenge my existence. That still does not define who I am, and that does not define my acceptance into this community. And so it doesn't matter how expensive the university is. It doesn't matter how cheap the university is or how affordable the university is. It still does not challenge, it still does not define my existence within the community system. Okay. So no matter the quality or the price of the school or the price of the education, it still does not define my existence within that community system, okay, that has been set up for. So when God makes a way, he makes a way out of no way. And I've heard that many times before with many pastors and many leadership. He'll make a way out of no way. And it doesn't matter who it is or where you come from or who you are. If one door opens, if one door opens, and that door was meant for you. Okay. So somehow, one way or reality, whether it's your test scores, whether it's your achievement scores, whether it's your identity, whether it's your existence, whether it's your race, whether it's your culture, whether it's whoever you are, it still doesn't define that you are within that community. You are a part of the educational system, whether you get a degree, or whether you took a class, or whether you have a part of a discussion within that community. It still does not define who you are, your reality, your existence. And so I wanted to write this letter to share it with the world. I should have did it for free. But I wanted to sell it on Amazon, um, to say letter to the School of Law professor John F. Manning regarding the civil rights issue with affirmative action with Harvard University. I also sent it to the American Psychological Association as well. So you guys could follow with me there too. You can follow up some of my more books as well on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and Google Play. and as well as follow me too as well. So I'm not bored, but I do have purpose behind everything I do. Very happy to be a part of you guys today. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Again, the book and the audiobook is available on Amazon. And soon I will try to get it transcribed over to Barnes Noble as well. You can find some of my other book and book reports on Amazon and Barnes Nobles too as well. Also to transcribed as well by the American Psychological Association to get them in the mix, as well as some of my other reports that I've done through the American Psychological Association that have to be approved as well. Okay, some of my COVID research, some of the things I have done within the community set, and I'm also trying to get involved with Harvard summer classes as well, which are not cheap. So anyway, this is LaQueen Battle of Battle First Aid Responder Services. Um, I want to go ahead and I did email Professor John Manning. I have to actually take the letter, take la carta para la oficina to Professor John F. Manning's office in person, to the law school in person, to say, hey, this letter I sent to your office to the community, to the world. I want them to know how much of an impact Harvard has on civil rights and issues as well. So anyway, it's LaQueen Battle First Aid Responder Services. Happy Black History Month. Very happy to be involved with you guys. Please continue to keep me in your thoughts and your prayers. And I know nobody's watching right now, but I know you guys will eventually watch me later. So I really do appreciate that as well. And I will try to share this on my social media feed to all you families as well. So God bless you, your families, and your loved ones. Bye.